It's out, it's here, and it's not bad. Hi guys, I'm Mighty Mr. Mustache, the mightiest mustache in the universe, and I'm here with a movie review. Ghost in the Shell arrived in theaters to some controversy over the casting of Scarlett Johansson as a Japanese character, and I will address that issue later. But first, let's make sure the movie's worth all of the fuss. The answer to that is, eh. The movie adaptation of the 1996 anime and earlier manga series is pretty good, at least from an American action movie standpoint. And that's what we got. This is a Marvel superhero origin story, and a pretty good one. It has some compelling characters, it's visually phenomenal, and its plot is unsurprising and predictable, just like its target audience likes. That being said, it is a complete failure in the face of the original story. Now, is that good or bad? That kind of depends on what you want from your movie. I'm going to put in a little spoiler alert here. If you haven't seen the original anime and you want to experience it for yourself, I'm going to spoil the original. I'm not going to talk about the new movie, but it's important to understand the anime if you want to know why I'm making this comparison. The anime tells the story of a woman who was made into a cyborg, a literal brain in the robot from her birth. There was nothing malicious about it. She was taken as a newborn from her dead mother following a horrendous terrorist attack that killed basically everyone in the area, and all they could save was her brain. And she became the first completely cybernetic human in history at a time when humanity was already trending towards a lot of cybernetic enhancement. It's set in the future, obviously. The original anime tells the story of a grown-up woman cyborg coming to terms with a sense of isolation and the growing feeling that she no longer needs a physical connection to a world that's moving more and more into a world network anyway. This movie is not that. It's not bad, it's entertaining as hell, but it's not bad even in the slightest. And this is where I'm going to address this whitewashing issue that has people up in arms. Don't bother. This movie's been so westernized and completely dumbed down for American audiences compared to the anime that it makes perfect sense to have Scarlett Johansson in the lead. And she does a bang-up job. She portrays the Major with style and grace, the kind of thing you expect from her. And the supporting cast, at least the supporting cast that got some development, are flawless. I mean, it's Bato and Aramaki and not much else, but they really are amazing. So that's the bad. What's the good? Well, Ghost in the Shell, the movie, now smashes you in the chops with an overload of visual beauty. It's almost too much to bear, and it pulls you right into a future where you're never disconnected, where information and advertising come at you in tidal waves constantly, and you just feel like you're just overloaded sensation, and it's very, very compelling. The action is powerful and gorgeously choreographed, and there's iconic scenes from the original that are lovingly rendered. They're offered up like these delicious treats for your eyes. Even the very predictable, very Western culture story isn't a bad one, it's just nothing special. It hits the right notes, it's got plenty of those moments that make you say, boo yeah, and it doesn't break your immersion or toss you tumbling down plot holes into darkness. So go see it. See it big and loud in 3D. You're not going to be disappointed if you like action movies. And if you're a cult classic sci-fi fan, you're going to love that Blade Runner feeling that hovers over the whole story. I'm not going to try and convince those of you who got convinced that this is a whitewashing thing, that it is not really an issue with this movie. That's not the purpose of this review. We'll tackle that in its own article, in its own video, and you can call me all the names you like over there. In the meantime, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this review, and I want to wish you a great day.